Everybody has a certain level of power over their life and what happens to them, but people have different ideas about how much power they really hold over their own life. This is known as the locus of control. Locus of control is all about how we see ourselves in the world and where our power lies. Essentially, it is the degree to which a person believes that their destiny is controlled by themselves or controlled by external forces. There are two types of locus of control, internal and external. We will begin with the internal locus of control. These people believe that their destiny is controlled by themselves. The power comes from within and travels outward. The successes and failures in their life will be attributed to their own actions, and they believe that they control the outcomes in their life. People with an internal locus of control might say things like, "I determine my future." "My hard work will help me achieve my goals," or "I am not skilled at this, and that is why I was unsuccessful." Dr. Tracy Marks discusses the internal locus in her YouTube video titled Locus of Control, What It Is and Why It Matters, and she describes it as having a sense of agency over your life. Let's take a look at someone with an internal locus of control. This is Lisa, and she is a psychology student at Fresno State. Lisa has her final exam, and it begins at 11:30. Lisa leaves her home to head to campus, but gets stuck in traffic, so she ends up being 10 minutes late to her exam. Lisa expresses that she should have left earlier and anticipated running into traffic. "I didn't give myself enough time to get to campus, and I would not have been late if I planned better." Lisa is taking accountability for being late to her final exam and understands that this situation was in her control. The external locus of control takes the power away from the individual and places the power in the hands of external forces. A person with an external locus of control believes that they do not hold the power in their lives, and this power lies outside of themselves. The power comes from the outside and moves inward. Rather than their outcomes being due to their own efforts, a person with an external locus of control would blame their outcomes on fate, luck, or other circumstances. This type of person might say things such as, "Whatever is meant to happen will happen. Why even bother trying?" Or, "Why do bad things always happen to me?" According to Dr. Tracy Marks, externals are often very pessimistic about the world around them and believe that it doesn't matter what they do because they are victims to the whims of the world. Let's take a closer look at someone with an external locus of control. This is Daniel, and he is also a psychology student at Fresno State. Daniel is now taking his final exam, and he's really struggling to answer the questions. Daniel receives a very low score on his exam and is very upset about it. Daniel expresses to his friends, "The professor didn't give a good enough study guide, and that's why I got a bad grade." In reality, Daniel may not have spent enough time studying, or maybe he just struggled to grasp certain concepts in the class. But because he has an external locus of control, he blames the external force such as the professor for his failures instead of himself. It is important to remember that the locus of control is not black and white, but it lies on a continuum. Not everybody will think 100% internally or 100% externally, as many of us lie somewhere in the middle, and we often have varying responses to different situations. The world is also rarely black and white, as many situations are caused by a combination of our own efforts and external circumstances. It is our perceptions of the outcomes in our lives that matter most. Do you have an internal or external locus of control? Next time you get caught in a tough situation, pay attention to how you respond and think about how much power you believe you have over the outcome.